And welcome back to the Open Mind with you. Today is 21st August, and today I'm going to share with you some interesting information related to something that is very serious. Today's episode is going to focus on your growth, your prosperity. So I urge you to pay full attention to this video and watch it till the end, because in the end lies what you can do and what you will be able to achieve if you follow what I share with you. So, and there is an interesting thing about today's date. It's 21/8/21, right? So on both the sides, it's 21. There is some meaning to this. And let's see if you can catch this meaning. If you are able to catch the meaning of this, then please state so in the comment section only after you have subscribed, liked, and shared this video. So let's get going with today's subject. The subject is related to it's too risky, I won't do it. How many times have we spoken or have we heard this from somebody else? Many, many times. And we are somehow, as a child, brought up in the culture, environment, and upbringing is such that we have been told not to take any risk, because to take risk is not a good thing. Don't do so and so thing because it's a risky business. Don't do so and so thing because you will get hurt. Because we have been brought up in such a way that our parents, elders, and families wanted us to be protected. And that is why we have developed some beliefs in our mind that we should not take any risk. And there is nothing that is going to go wrong if we don't take any risk. Now, is that possible? Now, I don't think so, because there is nothing in life that is not having a risk. Why do I say so? Sorry for that. Because there is no guarantee that we will survive for the next second. I am talking to you on this video right now, but am I sure that I'm going to end this video? I will be able to go to the end. There is no guarantee in this world. God does not give a stamp of guarantee and says valid or good for the next 100 years when we are born. There is no guarantee given by the God. So what else we can expect? The life cannot give us any guarantee whatsoever. And that is why knowing your risk is very important. So let's progress. So as I already said, that we have been brought up in such an environment that our beliefs have become firm that nothing is going to get wrong. Because so far nothing has gone wrong. What we are actually doing is that we are looking indirectly at the probability of something going wrong somewhere. I have been breathing for the last, say, few decades, so there is nothing wrong in my assuming that for the next few minutes I will be able to breathe. What I am doing is, based on the probability or the past performance, I am predicting that in future, for the next few minutes, I will be able to breathe and complete this video. That's how we are doing. But our mind does not know that, because these things are getting processed in the unconscious mind, which is at the back side of our mind. Now, in order to ensure that we come out of this incorrect belief that there is no risk in life if I don't take any risk, we need to assess and understand what are the various types of risks that we come across in our routine life. So in my view, these risks can be broadly classified. There may be many more. And if you know any more types of risks, then please list them in the comment section for the benefit of all. So these are the types of risks that, major risks that one can have. Let's see what these risks are. So financial risk is inflation eroding our capital. For example, this is a common practice all across that people would like to keep their money in the fixed deposit, bank FD, thinking that it is risk-free. Now, thanks to Nirmala Sitharaman, the FM, FDs up to 5 lakhs are now sort of insured, but there is nothing risk-free because FD gives you a rate of say 7 or 8%, but the real inflation is between 11 and 12 or 13. So in fact, with every year, you are paying 5% or you are losing 5% at least of your capital, and you believe that your money is safe in the bank. Well, it is safe probably to some extent, but you are already eroding your capital by investing in a product like fixed deposit. It may be of any type, senior citizen, recurring, or whatever. I'm not going into the details, but you believe that your risk-free investment in State Bank of India or Bank of Maharashtra or any public sector bank is 100% safe is wrong, because the inflation is eating away your capital. Same way, till about 1.5 years ago, everyone, even in the private sector, people were under the impression that भाई अपने जॉब को क्या होने वाला है, ये चल रहा है, everything is going fine, and there is, people have taken EMIs, etc. Many people whom I have known have spent a lot of money, and nowadays everybody, including myself, lives on EMIs, right? So that's the way it is. And then came COVID, and there was suddenly millions and possibly billions of people all over the world lost their jobs, lost their assignments. And at one point in time, even private sector jobs were treated as risk-free employment. No longer. Overnight, the situation changed. And that is what impacted people's finances. That is why this is part of a financial risk. Then came COVID, and in March 2020, the stock market world over fell. India fell by over 50%. Though it is appreciated 100% from there, means it is just over the level where it was by a few thousands points. But by March end, investments were down by half, in some cases more than half. My own investments, right? Is that not a financial risk? Your FDs would not have gone down by 50%, I agree, but the other type of investments would have gone down. Rental income for properties, property values have come down significantly. Then all of a sudden somebody may require emergency funds. That's a financial risk, because you need to pay something. Like today in the afternoon, only one of my friends called me that he needed funds from 7 to 10 days, and he wanted to know how certain things can be actioned. So he needed emergency requirement of funds. That was a risk, because he did not know till this morning, and today after a certain time, he came to know that there is a risk if he does not arrange for funds. And there could be many more such reasons related to financial risk. And if you know more, please write about those in the comment section. Sorry for that. I don't rehearse. I just straight away, extempore speaking. So such things are going to be normal. So physical risks are what? What are the physical risks? So we have fever. If you notice, there is a difference in this serial number. Somebody who is keen observer may observe here that financial is also one and physical is also one, and probably the following also will be one. That's okay. Keep your mind open and accept these changes. So physical risks are fever, illness, this, that, all this. These are there. This is going to be there. Nobody can ever say that I will never fall sick, I will never get injured, I will never have a headache, stomach ache, and whatever, right? So these are going to be there. This is the most important after financial risk that anybody can experience. Trauma of losing somebody, trauma of losing a job, trauma of capital loss. Disturbed mind is not going to perform in the right manner. If you are trying to do something and you are not able to, you keep failing, you get frustrated, and over a period of time, you get tired and you get exhausted, and then all these things are mental risks that you are going to take and undergo. Do not be under the impression that because you are sitting in the house, there is no risk at all. Because if you sit in the house, that itself is a big risk, because you are going to think about many, many things, right? Mental risk is a big thing. And in these tough times, mental risk is a big problem and issue. Then there are external risks. External risks are like, we may feel that, okay, घर के अंदर बैठे तो कुछ नहीं होगा. If you go out to buy something, now that the economy has opened up, people have started moving and moving where they should not also. But okay, that's a different story for a different day. So road accidents can happen. If you are crossing the road and somebody comes from left, right, I don't know what is going to happen. There is risk, but I may feel that, hey, there is nothing wrong in taking a walk, in the garden. There may be something which we do not know of. In fact, I remember in one of our companies, the head of HR's husband was taking a walk in a garden on one of the mornings. Unfortunately, a coconut with the branch fell, and it fell on him, on his head, and instantly the person was no more. Very tragic incident that happened. Did he think that there is a risk in his taking morning walk? No, he never thought. Possibly this, then it so happened that thereafter people were staying away. Even I was staying away from looking up and seeing whether there is anything which is going to come down or so. I don't know. I am only trying to take precaution. You will learn more about it in the coming slides. Then there is black swan events. Black swan events are like this COVID. Because of that, markets all over the world crash, right? Natural calamity is like, recently there was a cyclone even before the monsoon set in, and even Mumbai had lots of damage, including at our houses also. Many things, blew off, and there were damages. What to do? That risk, we don't know whether the storm is going to come or not come, and if it's going to come, whether it's going to impact with this kind of severity. So far, we have never been impacted by any kind of storm. But yes, this time we were impacted. What to do? Accept it. Social media outrage. This is basically for people who are celebrities and all that, that they will be, if somebody posts something on social media, then there will be backlash and like that. And there will be many more external things. So what do we do? And these are the some of the risks that I'll thought of that our conscious mind is unaware of. Crossing the road, I've already spoken. Traveling by any means of transport, a boat, a person, like I don't know swimming, and I'm travel. I have when I was in Caribbean, we used to go out on boat rides and all that, and I used to tell them, "Bhai, mujhe swim nahi pata hai. Everything is safe." And the person who used to, the captain of the ship, used to just laugh, saying that, "Oh, don't worry, I am there." But don't worry is okay, but I don't know. Here, there is no risk control mechanism I have except that there was a life jacket, right? So, but this, I was aware. Then many times we think, oh, why should I wear seat belts in a car or so? But that you will realize only when the accident happens. Do you want that accident to happen? No, it's a preventive measure. So why not wear it? Many people do not wear seat belts even in aircraft. One, deep dive by the aircraft and it's all over. We don't know why take risk. It's nothing is going to happen because I am thinking that it's risk free. Nothing is like that, my friend. Then, not keeping secure passwords. Passwords like ABC123, all that, your name, birth date. These things won't work. People have become smart enough. Everything will go away. People think that by my being loyal to a corporate, I am going to be saved. What you are going to be saved is, nobody was saved in the last 1.5 years, where people had to be exed, where they were loyal. Even then, they were had to be let go. And you also have the risk of corporate stagnation. What will you do after you reach a certain level? There is no growth potential. So there is a risk there also. And coconut falling from the tree, I already spoke about it. So does this mean that this life itself is a risky business? No, it's not that risky. I'm not exaggerating, but all those things that I have listed and stated before are the facts of life. But yet, life is not a risky business. Why I am saying no? Because you need to learn to become your own risk manager. Learn to recognize risk everywhere. Now, wherever I have listed down risk, think how you can reduce or mitigate the risks. Assess the probability of event occurring. When you are stepping out on a rainy day in monsoon and there is no rain, what is the probability that it's going to rain? Assess, look at the cloud setup. If it's going to likely to rain, carry an umbrella, otherwise get wet. That's a risk, right? So mitigating the risk by carrying an umbrella or taking car insurance is trying to mitigate the risk and accept things what you cannot change. For example, during the recent cyclonic damage done to our house, it was beyond us. I could not have told the cyclone, "Oh, ruk jao, don't damage our house. You can go and damage the neighbor's house, which is in any case vacant. Nobody lives there." Can I say like that? No, nobody is going to listen because it's God's fury, right? God is upset on account of some reason. That's why He has done this. So I have to accept that, oh, this is something that I cannot change. I cannot change, my own thinking, right? At times. And that is natural. So how can I expect somebody else to change just like that? No, accept what you cannot change. Evaluate all options. There may be various alternatives, A, B, C, D, like that. Evaluate all your options mentally. Do I cross the road now, or after this comes, that comes? Should I invest in this? Should I invest in FD or shares or in mutual fund? What do I do? Is there a risk? What is the risk? Will I get more money, less money? Is my money secure? All those things you need to take into account and then take an informed decision. Always remember that you will be able to get more out of yourself and your money and your actions and your reactions only when you have taken informed decisions. And the most important thing is to learn to take calculated risks. What is calculated risk? If I do this, I will possibly, the outcome may be that I will lose so much. But the other side is that I may gain so much that if I invest in FD, my capital is going to go down every year by 5%. But if I invest in mutual fund or shares, my capital is going to appreciate at least to the extent of the inflation, and in some cases by a few more percentage points, which will mean that I will be able to grow my capital. That is how you look at it. Right. So this is very well known: no risk, no gain. Not taking a well calculated risk in itself is a big risk, So this is where the problem is. It's again classic example of FD and non-FD investment. Why I'm saying money? Because everybody likes money and wants to make more money, including myself, right? So if you do not take calculated risk in life, remember that something big will come and hit you and you will not know. I am not wishing ill for you. I am just wishing that everything goes right and perfectly fine for you and you remain prosper forever. But learn this art of taking calculated risk and you will benefit. There is only one life that the God has given you. Today is not going to come again. It will become history tomorrow. And tomorrow you will be busy with something else, if at all tomorrow comes. Right? So learn to take calculated risk and don't worry. I am with you. Right? I'll keep coming and I'll keep helping you with things that you do not understand. Ask me, put things in the comment section. And in conclusion, let me remind you that you and me both were infants, a few days, few weeks, few months, and then a few years. And as infants, you and me have taken enormous risks in crawling, getting up and learning to walk, falling down time and again. And then again, we kept getting up. And like that, we have, learned to run. Like that, we have grown up to this age. So don't worry, friends. Take care. Take charge of your life. Take interest in taking risks that are known to you rather than unknown risks hitting you. There is nothing in this life that is risk-free except for one thing, which is to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And you will have a positive outcome by being more knowledgeable on things, by spreading the good word, and by becoming a better version of yourself, which will lead to prosperity in the time to come. I wish you very well. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy the rainy season. And thank you very much for patiently listening to me. Goodbye and God bless.